Question stamp 553. Honorable Member for South Tongu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways when construction of the following roads will be commenced. From Cisneros Hotel through Detsawome and from Bekpo through Gonu to Sokladzi. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Minister.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm beginning with Cisneros Hotel to Detsawome Road. The above road is identified in the Department of Federal Roads database as Sogakope Zuplenu Federal Road of length 7.0 kilometers. It has both gravel and earth surface sections in fair to poor condition and within the South Tongu municipality of the Volta Region. Currently, Mr. Speaker, there is no upgrading or rehabilitation program on the road. But the future program is that, Mr. Speaker, engineering design studies will be conducted on the above road during the third quarter of 2019 to determine the appropriate improvement intervention. Thereafter, the works would be procured when funds become available. However, routine maintenance covering grading works would be carried out during the year to keep the road motorable and to ensure safety and comfort of the motoring public. 2, that's Roman number 2, Bekpo to Gonu to Sokladzi Road. Mr. Speaker, the aforementioned road is 7.2 kilometers and is partially engineered and in poor condition. It is located in the South Tongu municipality of the Volta Region. Currently, Mr. Speaker, there is no upgrading or rehabilitation program on the road. But the future program is that engineering design studies will be conducted on the road during the third quarter of 2019 to determine the appropriate improvement intervention. Thereafter, the work will be procured when funds become available to ensure safety and comfort of the motoring public. Routine maintenance involving grading works would be carried out during the year. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, for the future programs of the two roads, and if I may refer to the answers given, portions of it, clearly the Minister indicates engineering designs will be conducted on both, and by third quarter some works will be done to indicate the appropriateness of what type of intervention to be undertaken. Mr. Speaker, may I ask the Minister if we can get some timelines exactly, to an extent, when exactly these activities will be conducted?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my answer did contain the specific time. If you look at the paragraph under future program, I stated a specific time. I did so because every road project is not done anyhow in my ministry. We program all projects for the year. So that road is programmed for the third quarter. But I can assure you that even though we program for the sake of planning, depending upon the emergency nature of any particular road, those programs are not sacrosanct. If we have to attend to them at any time, we are always ready to do that. But for that road, it's programmed for the third quarter, and engineering work will begin before that. It will precede that. The third quarter will be the period that engineering design work would have been completed, and then we begin the procurement process. So that is the timing for that road. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable, you answer last.
Mr. Speaker, this is my second.
Consistency specific. So please let everybody be very mindful. We've got a tall order of questions, and I'm going to apply a guillotine. Otherwise, 1 hour I close from that.
Very well, Mr. Speaker. I take a cue from you, Mr. Speaker. May I ask the minister to assure us here, particularly the Cisneros to Detsawome and to Gonu Road is a strategic road in the sense that we have key economic activities taking place. We have a number of hotels and a lot of people applied, tourists, name them, and the economic activity is so high. Whether you would consider a bituminous surface for that, and then the Gonu Road, you would consider culverts because it is low lying already. Anytime it rains, the whole place gets flooded, and so the entire stretch becomes very impassable when it pours. And so we consider all of these as part of the program, looking into the engineering process and all that, so that at least the people can really.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I agree with my honorable colleague that that road is of strategic importance. We all know the hotel Cisneros is, yes, and the usefulness of it and the role it plays in our economic development. So in tackling that portion of the road, we carry out what we call scope of works. And the scope of works are all part of the engineering studies that will lead to the engineering design of the road. So obviously, giving that portion, stretch of the road, the appropriate drainage in terms of size is part of the engineering studies. And I want to also assure you that that road, when we start the construction, we are bringing it to bituminous level. We are not leaving it at the gravel stage. We are building it all the way with the saw base, with the base, up to bituminous level. So that assurance is hereby given. I thank you.
Thank you very much.